Yo, what is going on, everybody? Bubba here, and I am bringing you guys a first look video of the new and latest god in Smite, good old Fafnir, the god of gold or something. I don't know. He is the latest god with the latest patch. It is 3.10. If you want to know more about the 3.10 patch, I suggest you subscribe to the channel and then go check out the video I just posted over the patch notes. It's a pretty quick video, just hits the highlights of major things that happened with the new patch, so do go check that out. I'm also going to try to remember to put a link to it in the description below. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and learn a little bit more about Fafnir. First and foremost, guys, the absolute most important thing ever, period, ever, is that this guy right here is a dwarf guardian. How freaking awesome is that, okay? Like, I have the, like, if you were to ask me, Adam, if you could ever be some sort of fantasy character, what would you be? A dwarf guardian has got to be like top 3 on my list. Like, this is just badass. He looks so awesome. I do have the recolor skin on him right now just because I can, so that's there. But yeah, I think it's pretty freaking sweet. So let's get into his abilities. Like I normally do, I'm going to bring this up. If you want to pause it and read over stuff, you can. I'm going to run through it all anyways, though, so don't feel like you have to either. Let's go over his passive first. His passive is really interesting. It's a whole new thing. He gets additional gold bonus from any minion kills, god kills, objective kills, anything like that, assist. He gets 4 additional gold. He also gains protections based on the amount of gold that he has in hand. It does have a cap. It can only be up to 1,000 gold, and the cap on it is 30 protections, 30 additional protections. So that's pretty sweet, especially early game. 30 protections early game when you've got a grand you're sitting on, and maybe you're just not quite ready to back yet because you can't quite finish off the item. You've got good protections there. I think that's it's an interesting passive, and we'll see how it plays out. But I think it's pretty cool. Now, he is a stance-changing god, most kind of like a tier or a hell, kind of, okay? Probably more like tier and hell than an Uller than anybody else, but we're going to go over his just normal dwarf form first, and then we'll go over what his dragon form, so that's pretty cool. So his one is this right here. It looks like this. It's his hammer. He throws his hammer forward. We're going to use it on Odin here. He throws it forward. Boom, hits him, okay? It does flat damage. It does pass through minions, and it stops on the first enemy god hit. In fact, there's a minion wave over here. Let's go clear it. This is pretty much your lane clear. So you're going to come up here. You're going to throw it straight through. Boom. There you go. There's your lane clear for you. Pretty sweet. It also stuns the first enemy god that it hits, so that's also pretty nice. And it also creates a slow around that enemy god and slows any other enemies close to him. So if you can kind of see the effect. I'm going to do it here. Hit him, and it kind of radiates out from him there. That is a slow that affects the other enemies around him. So that's pretty sweet. His 2 is very strange. You can put this on an ally or yourself. I'm going to use it on myself, obviously, here. But what it does is it gives you it gives Fafnir a flat-out heal when you first use it. You get a heal on yourself, and I forget exactly how much it is. Self heal starts off at 50, gets all the way up to 170, and has a plus 68 scaling on it. That's pretty potent right there. So it's got a heal. It also gives an attack speed buff up to 50% to the ally god that you put it on or yourself, and also it gives bonus damage to the ally you put it on or to yourself. So that's pretty freaking insane. So let's check it out here. If I start hitting Odin, all right, now I'm hitting him for 92s. Okay, nothing too crazy or anything like that. Now, and the attack speed's just okay. It's normal, right? Then if you throw your 2 on yourself, I get the heal, and then now I'm doing an additional 23 damage for every hit right now. And obviously my attack speed is really increased, and now we're back down to just the normal 92. So you can use it on yourself, or you can use it on your allies, just depending upon the situation. I think that is pretty sweet. And I'm sorry if I did not say this before, guys. He is an actual guardian. I know I kind of joked about that in the beginning, but in the game, he is an actual guardian, and he is magical. Obviously, if you can kind of glance at my build there, he is a magical god. So yeah, we'll go over the build here in a minute, but now his 3 is a leap. It's got a pretty good distance on it, even in his dwarf form. I mean, look at that. That's pretty far, right? And the cone you see in front of it there is basically he leaps, he does damage, and he disarms anybody within that cone. So that's pretty awesome. That's great for ADCs, initiating on an ADC or something. And it does a pretty good amount of damage as well. So you can see there that Odin got disarmed when I jumped on him. So that is pretty sweet. Now his ult, and I'm going to save that for just a minute, but his ult turns him into a dragon. It changes his auto attack. He no longer swings a hammer, obviously, because dragons can't swing hammers. They don't do that. He starts to breathe fire. That's his auto attack, and it does damage. What it's every I forget. Hang on, it's 3 times a second. Yeah, it's 3 times a second. His auto attack does damage, so that's pretty sweet. It does have a duration on it. It starts off at 20 seconds at level 1, and then it can last all the way up to 40 seconds. You can cancel it early, or if you just reach the end of however long it lasts, then you transform back into your dwarf form. Now, something that's really important to note about this god, guys, is that when he transforms, he is not targetable. So he can pretty much immune damage to him. If you're about to throw out an ult or something and then he ults and you hit him with your ult, it doesn't matter because it takes him time to transform. And while he's transforming, he is not targetable. He does not take damage or anything. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I played against a Fafnir a few times now, and there's been times where like he's getting kind of low and I'm just going to ult him and then burst him down, and I'll throw an ult on him like as an AMC. I'll throw him my stinger at him or something like that, and it does nothing, literally nothing, because he's in the middle of transforming. It's crazy. So yeah, that's the Dragon's Breath damage. Is obviously not your normal attack damage because you're doing damage 3 times a second. So they obviously brought that down. It can have a max of 30 on it there. So pretty sweet. He also, as he transforms, you can see this little circle. As he transforms, it emits a poison, and it does damage every second for the first 3 seconds. So any gods that are around him while he's transforming will take damage, and it is pretty potent as well. Damage per tick can get all the way up to 160. So that's pretty serious right there. Now, when he transforms, his other 3 abilities change. Not by a whole lot, but they do change. And I'm not gonna waste my ult right now to show you them. I'm gonna show them to you in a second, so I'm just gonna talk about them right now. His 1 still does pretty much the same thing, except instead of the hammer, it's like a ball of fire or whatever that he spits. It still hits an enemy god. It does increase damage, I believe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, it does. It does a ticking damage as well as the initial damage. It does a ticking damage, and it yeah, the pulse that goes out after you hit him, like whenever you hit him with your 1, it's going to look similar to that pulse that goes out. And on his dwarf form, that's just a slow. Well, it changes that from not only being a slow, but also shredding protections. It removes protections for any enemy within that pulse. So it's crazy. It's a stun, it's a slow, it's a damage, it's a pin. It's crazy when he's in his dragon form. Now his 2 is basically the exact same thing, except now it can affect a larger area and multiple allies. So you can basically, like, especially in a 3v3, you got everybody close, you can basically put this buff on your entire team. They get increased attack speed, increased damage on Fafnir because of the damage that they're doing, and obviously the self-heal on Fafnir as well. So that's pretty sweet. Now his 3 is, again, pretty much the exact same thing. It does increase damage, and this has a ticking damage on it afterwards for 3 seconds. And because he's a dragon, he can leap further than what he can inside of his dwarf form as well. So that's an additional thing. And the closest god to him, he stuns. So in his dragon form, his 1 is a stun and his 3 is a stun. The CC on this god is insane, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm going to hop into his dragon form here, and we're going to check him out. So let me go over here by god so you can see that they take a ticking damage here. So here we go. We're going to transform, and the animation's kind of cool as well. So let's check it out. Oh, you don't see the... There it goes. You see the ticking damage? There. So it's when it completes that the ticking damage starts. Now this is his auto attack. Just spitting out fire. 42, 42, 42. 3 times a second. That's awesome. Now his 1... Looks the same as the dwarf one, okay? Just like I said, the effects are a little bit different on it. Ticking damage, stun, that kind of thing. 2, you can see it's a much larger area. Does the exact same thing though. But look how much damage you pump out with your freaking auto attacks now. It's insane. Now as 3, he can jump further. Look how far that is. Super far. I'm going to jump forward. Boom. Disarmed and stunned. And now my time's up, so I transform back to a dwarf. And that ult lasts for so long. It's crazy, guys. Absolutely insane. I think it's pretty awesome. This god's got a lot of mechanics to him. I think he's pretty cool, so I like it a lot. Let's go over a build real quick. Now, look, he is a Guardian, and Guardians builds are so situational. So just pay attention and do what's best for the game that you're in, okay? Don't restrict yourself to something that's right along these lines or anything like that. Build what's best for the situation that you're in. If you're up against more magical, build more magical defense. If you're up against more physical, build more physical defense. I think the one thing that is definitely necessary on this god is going to be cooldown. You don't necessarily have to do full cooldown, but something at least close to it. Right here, right now, I've got, I guess it's just, well, actually, I think I've capped. I think I've overcapped. Yeah, I've actually overcapped by like 5%. So that's my bad, but don't pay attention to that. I've overcapped by 5%. I could swap out the cooldown boots for Shoes of the Magi if I wanted to, and I'd be at 35%. So I'd be 5% under the cap. But again, you can play around with this. There's a lot of stuff. I think cooldown like 30 to 40% for sure, with 40% obviously being max, I think is really good on him. And then defense items, man. A breastplate is so easy to pick up because it's a good defensive item for a Guardian, and it's got cooldown in it, and it's got extra mana as well. So just it's a no-brainer. That one's good. Bulwark is a great magical defensive item in my opinion, because it also comes with the crowd control reduction, which is awesome. You combine that with your Mantle of Discord, that's got great protections, both magical and physical. And again, leave me alone. I'm not idle. Let's go do something, I guess. Yeah, but it's also got the CC immunity there, or not CC immunity, but CC reduction on it as well. So, yeah, so Mantle of Discord is definitely good. I threw a Void Stone in there because, I mean, why not? That's not the screen I wanted. Shut up. It gives you extra power and protections. I think towards the end, depending upon the game, building some good power items is definitely okay. Especially something like a Soul Reaver, or something like that. You don't really need to build pin on him. You're a Guardian. Don't worry about that. You leave that to your ADCs and your mages. But again, this is kind of a really loose build. Cooldown, good, solid defensive items for the situation that you're in, and maybe finish off with a little bit of power just to get some craziness going, and I think you should be good. So let's go kill Rob real quick. I have a feeling this is going to go very quick because I'm just going to ult. Like, that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to... See, no damage taken from that. No damage taken from it. And look how quickly you shred him, just in auto attacks. Just in auto attacks, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's go in here and jump on him and then stun him and then just sit here and pop our... Look at that. He actually, for a Guardian, has some serious burst to him. A lot of burst. I've still got 15 seconds left in this form. Let's kill him again, because why not? It's insane. Look how much damage he just took. With the ticks from your jump, the damage from your 1, and the stun from both your 3 and your 1, the increased attack speed from your 2. It's insane. I love this god. He's super, super tanky. And because of the fact that you have a heal on you as well, the sustain is insane. And the damage can actually be really good as well. Let's kill him with our dwarf form here. Let's jump in on him, do that, and then just sit here and attack him, I guess. And with that 2 activated on you, you do additional damage with your autos. That helps you out so much. Because you're a Guardian. You're not doing a ton of damage. But, I mean, look at that. A little bit of damage. Pretty good amount of damage. And then now, you know, we're doing a pretty good amount. Because we're doing additional almost 30%. Simply, he's glitched, I think. But we're doing additional 30% almost with this build, at least. to him just because our 2 is on us. So I mean, that's just really awesome. I really am enjoying this god a lot. But I am sorry to say, guys, I am not going to have any gameplay in this video for him right now. One, this video is kind of long already because he has a lot to go over, because he's got 2 forms you basically have to go over. And 2, I am short on time. I'm headed out of town this evening. This is actually Friday. I'm headed out to go visit some family and stuff. And so yeah, I'm gonna be gone, and I need to get out of here and pack and all that fun stuff. So I'm not gonna be able to bring you gameplay right now. However, I do promise y'all guys are gonna see this on Sunday. I should have a video of gameplay up for you on Tuesday. That will be my video that goes up Tuesday, some gameplay with him, and you'll be able to see how he does. And I'm probably just gonna take him to a 3v3 casual joust and do it that way. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you know when that video comes out, and you can check it out and see how well he does in a team fight situation. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the like video if you enjoy these first look videos and how I do them, and comment below of anything that you think I could do to improve the first look videos that I've been doing. So yeah, until next time, guys, I will see you in the next one.